Well, good Monday morning, friends. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bayer in the house. And as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. So let's get open for business here and let's wake up the football gods. It is not a hangover Monday, because the Cowboys didn't play this weekend. We had some interesting games. Tampa Bay ended up beating the Rams after the Rams choked. The Rams had the game won. They punted the ball with 40 seconds to go. Tom Brady had 60 yards. Had they worked better at running out the clock and not left the time on there, oh my goodness. Cooper Kupp, if he had stayed in bounds, if he had just stayed in bounds but went out of bounds, stopping the clock, leaving enough time for Tom Brady to go from being behind the Atlanta Falcons, who lost yesterday, to now at 4-5 being in a playoff position to face the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah. If the playoffs were to start today, the Cowboys would be playing Tampa Bay in Tampa. Anyway, the talk of the Cowboys this weekend was Odell Beckham Jr., who we've heard all kinds of things. Jay Glazer was saying that this week he will be out of rehab from the ACL injury, the second time that he's hurt this ACL, and would be able to start getting ready to play by December. It has been hinted that Odell wants to sign with the Cowboys. Marcus Spears said that. Michael Irvin has said that. Kind of Odell Beckham Jr. kind of hinted at that. When I woke up this morning, my buddy Greg kind of sent me a Facebook message and said, man, don't fall for it. You know, he said it might happen, but remember how everybody always uses the Cowboys when they're trying to get a new deal. If you want publicity, you want people to start, spending more money and stuff, pimp out the Cowboys, because we always get pimped, which is true. This is the other side of the fence, which is, I hate to say it, Greg, you are 100% right. Earl Thomas, come get me in the locker room. When he became a free agent, if he had always wanted to be with the Dallas Cowboys, he didn't come here. He went to Baltimore for more money. Yeah. So we don't know if this is Odell, who does have roots in Texas, does have family that's in Texas. If he's really meaning what he's saying, or what we're hearing, that he really wants to be the Dallas Cowboys, or if it's really who's going to pay me the most here in the twilight of my career. So this was over the weekend. This was Odell speaking about what he's looking for and the teams that he's interested in. He says 6-2 teams have been calling him. 6-2. That'd be the Giants, which of course, he's gone through and talked to them. That would be the Cowboys, which is us. That would be Kansas City, which is 6-2. And that would also be Buffalo. Surprisingly that they're 6-2, having lost to the Jets yesterday. Let's listen to Odell in his own words and see what we make of it.
Whether it's, Buffalo, whether it was, Green Bay calling the Cowboys, whether reunion with the Giants, I want to be able to spill my last, I'm not saying I only got 3 or 4 left, but these next 3 or 4 years into something where I could buy a home. I can call this place home. Yeah. I'm tired of living out of too many suitcases.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just not, I've done the rock and roll life. My mom sent me this article the other day, and I think, I don't know, maybe this dude has some self-esteem issues or something. He kind of was just attacking me, and it was like, oh, teams only want him for the name or whatever, but it's just weird that, GMs of teams, teams that are all going to the playoffs, teams that are all 6-2, all 7-0, the top teams are calling. It's not like
Of course.
any just team is calling because people know what I can do on the field.
6-2 teams, 7-0 teams. I guess that's the Eagles. They're 8-0. Because there is no 7-0 team. It's just the Eagles at 8-0. So again, that's Kansas City, that's Dallas, that's the Giants, and that's Buffalo that they're calling. And he sounds like when he says, and this is where you kind of read between the lines, 3 to 4 years, I'm looking for a place to call home. So that says I'm looking for a long-term contract, as opposed to being like he was last year, 1-year deal or half-season deal to try and be that assassin. He's looking for a commitment with some length into it. And I'm not sure that the Cowboys are ready to look at that and say, oh, we want to sign you to a 3-year deal. But who knows on that situation? I don't know. And to me, this is one of those cases. Now, Greg has truly brought me back down to earth that this could be one of those cases where, you put the Cowboys name out there, you get more people listening and reacting. And maybe if you're the Giants, you say, we don't want Odell to go to the Cowboys because we're going to have to face them, or, some of the Minnesota Vikings and things, that you look at it and say, we're hopefully paying them in the playoffs, and we'd hate for them to have that much more firepower. We'll see if anything happens. It seems like this whole thing is coming to a head. And if teams are calling right now, then they're looking to probably bring you in, get that physical. And this is where the Cowboys may have an advantage, where it seems like their staff really knows what they're doing.
Whether it's,
knows what they're doing as far as scoping out players that have been injured. We had Damone Clark, who had a fractured vertebrae and had a fusion surgery. And here it is, the Cowboys brought him in. He's already on the field. We know about, of course, Van Der Esch and his neck and the situation there. We know about Jalen Smith. So if the Cowboy staff says he's going to be good to go, then he will be good to go. Let's listen to it one more time here, just for knowledge.
Whether it's, Buffalo, whether it was, Green Bay calling the Cowboys, whether reunion with the Giants, like, I want to be able to spill like my last, I'm not saying I only got 3 or 4 left, but these next 3 or 4 years into something where I could buy a home. Like, I can call this place home. I'm tired of living out of too many suitcases.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just not, I've done the rock and roll life. My mom sent me this article the other day, and I think, I don't know, maybe this dude has like some self-esteem issues or something. He kind of was just attacking me, and it was like, oh, teams only want him for the name or whatever, but it's just weird that, GMs of teams, teams that are all going to the playoffs, teams that are all 6-2, all 7-0, the top teams are calling. It's not like,
of course,
any just team is calling because people know what I can do on the field.
Yeah, top teams are calling. So, stay tuned. It sounds like this whole thing is going to be coming to a head probably in the next week or so to start getting him in. And this is one of those things, the Cowboys usually seem to be one of those ones that are always late to the party, the last minute to kind of do stuff. We saw that with like Brandon Cooks, that they wanted him, but here it is, that you need a receiver all off season, and you kind of waited till the last day to try and work out a deal. As Jerry always says, deadlines make deals get done. Apparently not lately with the Cowboys, because they kind of bobbled the whole Dak Prescott contract the year before they finally got it done, and now Brandon Cooks. If you're going to do this, it'd be advantageous to do it sooner than later, because even if he's rehabbing, you can start getting him in the locker room used to the rest of the players. You can get him getting the playbook and stuff together and so on. So if you wait until he's actually ready to play, then you're starting out blind. Now, I'm not sure. The big question would be is, how does he fit in the locker room? I don't know. But before we get out of here, I got to hit the road and pick up a bunch of materials for hitting the road tomorrow. Let's go to the Rich Eisen Show. TJ, the resident Dallas Cowboy fan, here at the midpoint of the season, let's check and see how his season prediction's going so far.
He's off this week, so that's cool.
No, Patriots play at
Varsity's
1 o'clock.
off.
Yeah,
this
varsity
week.
has a bye week.
Patriots
this week.
play at 1 o'clock.
No, that's JV. Right.
Put up the Cowboys schedule for this guy.
Let's put it up.
Put it up.
Let's put it up.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about
Are
it.
you on track? What did you say? 11 and
I've got it
6?
right here. You know where I'm going,
It was
Chris.
either
Let's
12
do
and
this.
5 or
We're
11
like
and
Rich,
this.
we've been at this a long time, buddy.
Yeah.
I've got it right here. TJ Jefferson, at
Holler
this
at your
point in
boy.
time, he had the Cowboys starting with 4 straight wins before losing to the Rams, beating the Eagles, and then losing to the Lions,
I was a little
and
off.
beating the Bears. He had the Cowboys at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2, which is exactly their record. Just a
Holler-
different road.
Holler at your boy.
Different road, but yeah, he's
Different road.
He still nailed
I
it.
mean, you know what I'm saying?
To
But if
use
we're betting on the wins-
your fantasy analogies. Right church, wrong pew.
I think it's still the
Or
right.
different pew, right church. You're
Different
6 and 2
pew,
at the bye
right
week.
church, yes.
You had them losing the next 2 though, at Green Bay and at Minnesota.
I'll stand by the Green Bay thing. I don't know
You
about
had
Minnesota.
them winning against the Giants on Thanksgiving and then
Sure.
beating the Colts.
Sure.
You have them losing to the Texans.
I might want to change that.
Yeah.
Winning at Jacksonville, losing to the Eagles.
Swept by
Did
the-
I say that?
Yes.
Oh,
and then
wow.
beating Tennessee and the Commanders. You have them 11 and 6.
I might want to change that.
You might, because at this
I
point,
think
in
I was
time,
peer pressured in those
going
6, so-
finishing 5 and 4 right now after starting 6 and 2 will not be the wind. That's not going to be the wind beneath your wings, sir.
No, I think that I was feeling pressure because originally I think I said like 14 and 2, but then
Oh.
I had to take it back.
Can I
14
get
and 3.
NFL Films music, please?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do it.
Do what?
This.
Uh-oh. Let's do this. Finish him.
Let's do it.
Who, me?
Go.
Yes.
Yeah, you.
At Green Bay off the bye week. At Green Bay off the bye week.
That's going to be an L.
You think
Really?
so?
What?
I know our history. I know my team's tendencies. I know Aaron Rodgers
sticking
treats us
with
like
the
his
L.
own.
Wow.
Like, you know.
At Minnesota.
Oh, that's a dub.
Okay.
Really?
Home
At
for the
Minnesota?
Giants on Thanksgiving.
Come on, bro. We're going to eat that day.
Home for the
Okay.
Colts.
We might even have to show up for that.
Oh.
Home for the Texans.
Oh.
Rush, go ahead and start that game. We're going to save that.
Oh, man.
Home for at Jacksonville. Pardon me, at Jacksonville.
Hey, no offense to Travis ATM, but that's a dub.
Wow.
Home for the Philadelphia Eagles.
No, I did say we were going to split. That was my thought process. So I kind of hope they are undefeated so we can throw salt in their season. So
You've got them, okay, at Tennessee on the Thursday night. Short week to kick off week 17. It's Al Michaels' finale in the booth for this season.
Can't come fast enough for Al.
We can't
By the
go
way,
out
it's at
with an L.
Tennessee. That's at Tennessee, where he can get all the short ribs and steak he wants. He'll be very happy
No
about
veggies
that.
whatsoever.
I think there is a Four Seasons there for him too.
No green.
All right,
veg.
Yeah,
What do
we
you got?
can't disrespect Al
What
Michaels
do
on
you
his last
have?
day.
Win,
Of course.
and then at the Commanders.
Guess what?
7th or
We're
8th.
going to mess around and take an L in this game.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've got them losing to Green Bay and then ripping off 7 straight before losing to the Commanders.
Yes.
Okay, so that's a 6-2 start and then a 7-2 finish. He's got them 13-4 now.
Sounds right.
Okay.
The under there.
Okay,
Sounds right to me.
Holler at your boy.
well done.
Hold on, that's getting a poll question.
Well done.
Wow.
Well done. That's your mulligan.
Hey, don't hate the
I
player.
like this.
hate
Maybe
the
next
game.
week we'll each do mulligans for our teams. Did I do the Jets? Did I ever
I'm
do
gonna-
that?
Oh, wow. Did you do the
He made me
Jets?
pick
I
that-
never did the
I said
Jets.
10-7.
He made me do that schedule
You
in
did
like
the Patriots,
July.
though. Chris, you know what you had the Patriots coming on going into their bye?
What did I say?
5 and 4.
5 and 4.
And if they win,
5 and 4.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
You have a different path, though. You had them losing to Miami, which is true, beating the Steelers, which happened, losing to the Ravens, which happened.
Wow.
And at Green Bay, a loss.
That happened.
And then you had a win against the Lions, win against the Browns, win against the Bears. Ugh.
Oh,
You had
God, I
them
was
beating the
right-
Jets
I
and then
was right
losing to the
there.
Colts. So
I was right there.
Wow.
first
That's
four.
pretty
right
good.
there. And I was smart enough to not do it at all for the Jets.
Made me
What's
do it
the
in
name of the
July.
show?
Oh, boy.
Catch the Rich Eisen.
All right. So, TJ, the forecast for the Dallas Cowboys is looking better. All right, y'all. You know, we're going to be bringing all the news and stuff to you. We're going to be looking at this pivotal game for the Cowboys. Can the Cowboys finally get Aaron Rodgers, the bad man, off their back? Aaron Rodgers always seems to be the Dallas Cowboy killer. You've got Mike McCarthy going back to Green Bay to face Aaron Rodgers, who threw Mike McCarthy under the bus. And it doesn't seem like Aaron Rodgers is doing any better without him. As always, we appreciate you.
Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report.